This is William Craddock here with Tyler Green, and this is our We Suck at Arlington tournament report. Let's get into it.
So I cannot defend my title in Dallas, cannot pull back the Treasure Cup win and the regional win in Dallas.
But you didn't win a regional. You got second in Peoria.
I know.
All right, so we're going to start talking about our rounds, talk about Arlington a little bit. I started off fairly strong, 3-0, and then there was the notorious repair. Now, if you've ever been to a Play TCG tournament, and I'm not, okay, a little bit, not a lot. So, round 4, was this after the break? We'll get into the 30-minute breaks things later. Yeah, which one exactly? So, 3-0, sit down. I'm sitting across from the law, nice guy, and we're shuffling up. Look at my hand. I got Boat, Seaquake, Vista. I'm like, okay, I'm against law. This is a great hand. This is great. He mulligans. I don't know what his hand is, but then we hear Mr. Ben Ferris, who's an amazing judge, by the way. This is not his fault. They hold up, everyone. Can't start. We might have to do a repair. And personally, I think if you report wrong, you either need software that can fix it without a repair, or you tell them, hey guys, this is how you reported.
He's nicer. I am a lot less nice about this. I think that, and if you've been to any major tournament, it doesn't matter what game, you can identify with this in some manner, is that if you and your opponent get out of your seat, before you do that, it needs to be both people entering the same result. That, let's say if me and Will played. Will won, I lost 1-0, submit, and I have verified that before we get up, because when time is called and they have all the stuff, if there is like table 274 that doesn't have enters, I suggest a double loss.
That's every round too. It's always every round.
And also, that way you never have an issue with the whole, like, oh, I entered my stuff wrong and have to repair the entire tournament. In that case, sucks to suck. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, it just adds like another 15, 30 minutes to a tournament that's already too long. Like every round. I mean, you know, I understand people are going to forget to enter results, but if you don't, you don't punish them, they're just going to keep doing it, right? I mean, punish is such a harsh word for this. But
so if you have children, you can identify with this as well. The stovetop is hot. You tell them, don't touch the stovetop, it's going to burn your hand. After the umpteenth time in the same day, you're just like, you know what? Burn your hand. You'll never do it again. What happens? They burn their hand and they never do it again.
They never do it again. But back on track, I get repaired into a law and I just get crushed. I think he ended up going 8-1 in the Swiss. I mean, he was a really good player, and he just crushed the crap out of me. And I think that's kind of where the wheels fell off. Like, after the repair, we all just went and started dying. I think I died in round 8.
I didn't die to the repair.
You didn't die to the repair?
No.
Oh, you died before the repair. Okay. Yeah, so I died in round 8, and I finished X3. Dee Dee, who's not here, if you haven't met her at the tournament, she's the short, nice Asian one who's very shy. She finished X3 as well. That's my fiance, by the way, so I can say all this. And
surprised you didn't pull Ben Shapiro and say doctor, fiance.
Look, people need to know our business. I mean, she's an ophthalmologist, yes, but she's a card gamer first, right? That's how we identify as card gamers, I guess would be the best way to put it. And then you dropped.
I technically finished X2.
Technically finished X2.
Okay, so basically, no, stuff happens. So yeah, round 1, played against a K-Mon player, and they hit me with the what the hell?
You're getting attacked by a moth.
What's that thing called? What is it? I know, Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
What is that card called? The event, the bad one.
Tetsuwaka. Tetsua.
Cost 1, and you rest a 4K or less. So you did that and snuck in a win against me. So I actually lost round 1, and
that's some tech. Just tap Marco.
Yeah, just with the thing. So yeah, he just did the old tap and then the old double attack with the Odin or whatever. Yeah, and then came in with his K-Mon. So I mean, he got me with the old Taparino.
So you can get him for quite a bit. Right?
Yeah, I was not going to die, and I had inevitability next turn, but the old tap card for
Yeah.
one Dawn.
For one,
Because
it's,
it was
yeah.
Exactsies, yeah. Round 2 won, round 3, round 4, and then round 5 I ended up. I had an interesting board state. I had one last attack. I had a Marco with 2 Dawn up. And it was 50-50 and 3 cards in hand. And I had Inevitability next turn based off playing around what I've seen. And so I could have swung for 9. And I asked him after that, I was like, would you have died for 9? He goes, absolutely would have died. Yeah. And then his turn, he visits my Blimheim, does his thing, and I'm doing all the counting. And he is playing hybrid Jankbeard with Boat that targets half of the deck, if not less.
Yeah.
So I thought he just had some stuff in there for Marco, just because he wanted to have blocker Marco.
Yeah.
No, he did that, and so he had exactly enough to kill me with a Boat.
It's the got him coach
He plays the boat down. This is the blocker, and
yeah.
And so I lost it. So as soon as I got my second loss, I knew I couldn't top, and so I immediately just dropped and signed for side events for the next day, which was. They were a lot of people didn't get the side events.
Yeah,
so that's
so
the reason. So
you can still top at X2 if it goes to 10 rounds, which we end up doing 9, right? The 10th actually didn't happen.
Yeah, correct.
But if you take your losses early, it's not going to happen for you.
No. But yeah, that's what happened. It was all right.
Do you have any games like? So all my games, I felt like competitive. All my opponents were great. We had back and forth. I didn't have any like super low variance, super high variance games. I felt it was very give and take. Do you have any games that were really just I got crushed because they got lucky, or did they outplay you, or?
No. Realistically, my deck is actually pretty consistent. I know like the only variance really is trying to find the boat, but other than that, it's very consistent. The only thing that was inconsistent was I had the nuts against one guy, and I would refuse to let his things live, and he was not very happy with that.
That was a side of it, right?
Well, it was even worse than the side event.
Yeah.
But during the main event, he was just like, "Can I have my things survive, please?" I was like, "No, sir."
It's like, no, that's why we play red, right?
Yeah, I would never hurt your things. So yeah, that was what happened. There was a lot of red at the tournament. Red's good. Obviously, Luffy won. Zoro was in the finals. Just a lot of Luffy, Zoro, Law, and Edward Newgate.
I think Luffy is just good Zoro. If I can be honest, I think Luffy is just good Zoro.
Yeah, you heard it here first. Yeah, not a fan of Zoro.
No, we're still not big fans of Zoro.
No like Zoro. So.
But I will say, it was awesome. All the people that came up to us.
Thanks a lot. We love to hear from you guys.
We do.
It's awesome.
Like, find us. People were like coming up and they were like, "Hey, sorry to disturb you." Nah, come holler at your boys. Like, we love to meet y'all. Love to talk to y'all. Y'all support us. Y'all let us do this thing. So, but sorry, I cut you off. Go ahead.
I mean, no, it was a good time. There was I loved hanging out with everybody and saying hi to everybody, and it was great. Signed a couple of Whitebeard playmats and cards too. That was interesting.
It's funny. People were like, "Will you sign my Daffy cards?" And I was like, "Yes, but I'm playing Whitebeard today. Sorry." I should have played Dofi. I played Dofi in the side event, went 5-1. The deck's so good. I mean, I played 4 Luffys and just went.
Yeah, it was whatever. But yeah, so day 1, relatively chill. Then we did day 2. Did some side events. That was fun.
Yeah. I love the side event. I had fun in the side event, but I didn't get. People weren't angry at me. So
yeah, so we had some fun times. Normally we don't talk about side events, but we had like my first round. It was really funny because there's a whole scene at the table. The guy comes over angry that he didn't make day 2. Shout out to Cross knocking the dude out of day 2.
Oh, Cross knocked him out. Oh,
yeah, and he's already tilted, so I knew I was going to win the game.
Yeah,
and
don't play angry.
He was harboring that overnight, and so played red, murdered his Odin, murdered his Okiku, do all that. So he was super salty.
Oh, I was sitting by you.
Yeah, it was. The entire table was just like, and so that was fun. And then round 2 did okay, but then I lost, and then round 3, and so I was out of the running for the chopper.
If you want to hear the infamous loss versus Red Green Law, you'll have to find us in Ohio. I think it's too long. We don't really want to talk about it on camera, but if you're in Ohio, you can find us and he'll tell you the whole story.
Yeah, fun times.
It happens.
It's all good. Fun times.
But one of the big things, so takeaway from this weekend for me, I did learn a lot. I learned like some new strategy against law that I wouldn't have normally thought of before. I'm not going to discuss them on camera because I am playing the Treasure Cup this weekend. I'm planning on using them, so there's going to be a lot of law. But after the Treasure Cup, I'll make a full video about it. Besides that, if you're going to rage, go do it in private. like just don't rage at the table. It's okay to be salty. You lose a card game, you get unlucky, you even just lose a bad. It's okay.
Pick up your stuff in silence. It's all good. And just get, like I'll get upset to a bad beat. I'll
100%.
pick up my stuff. The game is over within 30 seconds. I've not said a word, and all my stuff's picked up, and I left the table.
Yeah.
And you need a few minutes, but yeah, when you're just raging at the stuff like, oh, you're always unlucky. Oh, your opponent's always lucky.
Yeah.
Like there's a variance in a card game, and all it does
100%.
is just make nobody want to like you and play with you, and then honestly, the judges they'll remember you, and that's not a good thing to be remembered by judges.
Yeah, some of the judges just they wouldn't say anything outwardly, but they look at the players like, my guy, you gotta just calm down. And like I said, it's okay to be mad. Just go be mad by yourself or to your friends even. Like go vent to your friends. Your opponent probably doesn't care.
No.
Not to be harsh. Your opponent probably doesn't care.
And they should rub the salt in too. Rub the salt in the wound. Oh,
yeah.
It's fantastic.
But I loved, I think his name's Eric. Sorry if is the law player I lost to. I think it's Eric Quintana or Santana.
Is that the one that I ended up losing to in the day 2?
No. This was day 1.
Okay.
He went 8-1 in the Swiss. He was my favorite opponent because after the game, we went through the lines seeing if I could have won. Like we kind of how we talked about talking about doing that. Every single line, we went through it. We talked about it. He's like, I had you covered here, and I was like, well, what if we went like this, this, and this? I had him covered here.
It's always the best.
Yeah, I love
it. It's always great to know, just that little bit of extra empirical data. Shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yes.
And you say that for next time. That's how you get better.
Yeah.
Every game you should be getting better.
Yeah, it's not like you're getting you're going from I just started to I'm going to win a tournament, or I just started to I'm going to lose every tournament. It's that incremental growth because it shows look at him. He won a tournament, got second, and then he dropped out of round 5. No, I'm saying this happens.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just you can't get mad at it, and you got to learn from it and do better next time.
Yeah.
That's just how it is.
I could get better by learning how to get into online regionals. Still not gone to a single one.
That's an entirely different 85 to 100 minute video talking about the online regional stuff.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's all I got.
Yeah, I think we're good. Thanks for watching the video. Please like, subscribe, and check out our Patreon. We are going to be doing sim testing for OP3, and I'd say the next 2 weeks or so, and we're going to do that exclusively on our Discord. And if you're in our Patreon, you have access to that. You can come watch us. You can talk to us, whatever you want.
Also, even play with each other.
You can also play with each other, the other patrons.
Yep. A lot of good patron stuff. A lot of things that we've been doing a lot is custom videos, as well as just help with tournament and plays and matchups, and really just trying to help tune that a little bit more. So definitely check out the Patreon if you haven't already. We'll be doing also Patreon giveaways as well. And yeah.
See y'all next time. Have a good one.